Hello, welcome to the Freaking Epic Podcast. This is Zach.
And this is Nate.
What? It's Nathan. I can't even imagine how that could be.
Well, it is possible via the miracle of the cellular phone.
Ah, the miracle of the cellular phone. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if I were to die during this recording, you know it's because I'm driving and recording at the same time, and it's a terrible idea. Do not do this. I'm not
Don't
looking
try
at the
this at
phone.
home.
Yeah, don't try this at home. Don't try this on the road. More precisely.
Yeah.
But also, if you hear weird noises like screams of pedestrians run over by my death vehicle.
So, okay, quick question for you.
Yes.
We just watched the trailer for It Chapter 2.
Correct.
And have you seen It 1?
I do not watch horror movies, so I have not seen any of the It's. I saw the trailer for part 1 and went, okay, that's a horror movie I might actually consider watching. And I watched the trailer for this one and said, ugh.
That's kind of what I thought. I didn't think that you were necessarily a horror buff.
No, I only watch horror movies when you and Justin force me to watch them.
Oh, and if I were there, I would force you for sure. What was that movie I was going to force you to watch the movie with Justin. No, like when I was in town though, we were going to go see a movie and
you were going to I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was going to horrify me, and I was going to be just sad for the rest of my life that I watched it.
Oh man, what was it?
Peer Pressure, the movie. Is that what the name of it was?
It might have been Hereditary, or
it wasn't Hereditary, but anyway, what do you think about the trailer?
I like the format of it. They kind of just starting in a scene of a movie. I hope that scene is not in the movie because in that sense I don't like it, but for a trailer it's a good storytelling technique. I actually love it when things that are in the trailer just end up on the cutting room floor because I want to be surprised in the movie and not watch a clip from a movie. So hopefully they don't have that scene in the movie, or they alter it just enough so that you're thrown off guard. But
yeah, that would be interesting. That would actually be a really cool take on it. Basically, add a whole scene to the trailer, but then like refilm it, film it differently, so there's a completely different twist.
Yeah.
Actually, a really cool way to play on people's expectations.
That would be, but it would require a lot of foresight on the side of the director. So,
yeah, I know the Russo brothers are pretty famous for always purposely filming things just for the trailer that they don't plan on ever having in the movie.
Yes, and we said this last time they did such a great job with the marketing of Avengers because everyone was surprised. No one had a freaking clue what they were going into.
No one had a clue. And I really like kind of the format, like you were saying, of the trailer, because the trailer, it was kind of like a minute and a half, 2 minutes of the scene that was really eerie and creepy and kind of gave you a tonal vibe of the movie. Then they kind of went through a really fast teaser trailer, like almost like a 30-second, 45-second TV spot where they're just showing you a bunch of little clips to kind of whet your appetite and give you an idea of what kinds of things will be incorporated in the movie. Because you don't have to give away the plot to let people know what the general broad brushstrokes are.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I thought it was a really well done trailer. I will definitely see it. I will have to go alone because I don't have any horror movie friends, and my wife will it's a definitely no from her.
Yeah, she would absolutely have nightmares.
Her parents, for some reason, let her watch the original It when she was 5.
Oh wow, that is
terrible. Yeah, which is horrifying. And so she hates clowns, obviously, scarred her for life. And she refuses to watch. She doesn't like basically any horror movies unless it's a fun horror movie. Like, I don't know how, but I convinced her to watch Drag Me to Hell because of Sam Raimi. And Sam Raimi, it's kind of a goofy, fun horror movie, not necessarily take it seriously. But have I ever told you about the time that I saw It?
No.
The one that came out 2 years ago. Well, I had to see it alone, so I went and I was in like the second row from the front in the theater, and during one of the scenes where they have that features a balloon, an actual red balloon landed on my shoulder, freaked me the hell out. And I look up and I kind of gasped, and everybody in the theater laughed because they could all see that this was about to happen, and I was clueless. And so and I was like, "What the heck, guys?" And everybody laughed. It kind of broke the tension, but it was funny.
Oh, that's great. Were you in one of the front rows so everyone could see what was happening?
Exactly. Yeah, I was like second row from the front. So
that's hilarious. I bet there's someone who goes to like 10 different showings just to do that.
Oh, I would totally. And anecdotally speaking,
you didn't scream?
I didn't scream, but I kind of gasped. I was like, "Wow, what the?" and yeah, everybody laughed. Do you remember when we saw Signs in the theater?
Oh yeah, yes.
I think that was you. You screamed.
Yeah, that was me.
You screamed in the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Well, Signs opens up with just the kind of creaking back and forth swing, and it's like a really long shot of kind of like almost like an abandoned house in Kansas type of thing, and it just creaks, and probably 30 seconds of that, I screamed at the top of my lungs like a girl, the entire theater just was dying laughing.
I've never been more proud of you in my entire life.
So what you're saying is, if you could get me to go to horror movies, but only if I can use them as laugh platforms.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So what I was thinking during the It 2 trailer, I actually was thinking back to the trailer for It 1.
Yeah.
I think that trailer is one of the best horror trailers ever made. It gave me the heebie-jeebies. The scene where they're like the projector is going and the woman's hair slowly like starts blowing and the kids are screaming and then there's a clown that appears. It gave me the heebie-jeebies. Right now my hair and my skin is standing up just thinking about it. So props to them for that. I don't know how you could top that first trailer. It gave me the skivvies.
I think your job isn't necessarily to beat the first trailer, because the first movie made what, 800 million worldwide or some crazy amount.
Highest grossing horror movie of all time.
Yeah, it was a huge success. So for this, you just have to assume there's a built-in $400 to $500 million audience, as long as it's not, even if it's bad, it'll still make $400 to $500 million. So your job is essentially just to show that you didn't screw it up. And I feel like they definitely did that, because you don't watch that trailer and get any sense of, this is going to be a worse version of the first film. Because a lot of trailer sequels, especially horror movie sequels, just kind of are like knockoff reboots of the first one. Yeah. And this feels like they're keeping all of the original, a lot of the original ideas. But the fact that they're bringing it in as adults is interesting. And the trailer really gave you a sense that through that scene that they're not screwing up the execution, because you can't watch this trailer and go, this movie's going to be 10 times worse than the first one. You can watch it and go, maybe it won't be as like a classic or whatever. But I feel like it really fulfilled its purpose of just assuaging fans' fears, maybe.
Yeah, I will definitely see It 2 in the theater when it comes out. My prediction, I think it'll be the same Rotten Tomato range, 80s.
Yeah.
So that's my prediction. And I don't know if you've seen any of the interviews with the kids that were in the first one, but they were I can't imagine being a child actor with that guy. Bill Skarsgård, is that his name?
Peter Skarsgård?
Maybe. It's one of the Skarsgård brothers. But anyway, he is like perfect as Pennywise the Clown. The diction that he has and his portrayal is just super, super out there and freaky, and it's just perfect.
Yeah, I did like also that they're having James McAvoy in this. I feel like in the movie, James McAvoy is just getting kind of a
Bill Hader too.
Oh, Bill Hader's in it?
Yeah, Bill Hader is one of the grown up kids. And what's the red haired gal's name?
She was in that movie about the girl who owns a poker room.
Yes, which was
Yeah.
actually really, really good. Have you seen that?
No, I never saw it, but I because I work at NBC, I see a lot of the late night shows, and she was on all the late night shows, and I really like her, and they were
Jessica
she looked good.
Chastain
Oh
is
yeah,
her name.
Jessica Chastain, she's really good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's always a good sign when you've got kind of A-list actors and good A-list, not kind of
Not to be confused
fleet.
with Bryce Dallas Howard because they look really similar.
Bryce Dallas Howard is probably a good actress. I don't know that I've seen her in anything good, but I don't know that I've seen her in anything.
She was in Jurassic World too.
Oh, she was. Well, part one also, or just two?
Yeah, both of them.
She was the main girl.
Yeah. Yep.
She was perfectly. I thought she was good.
She was adequate. Yeah. I think Jessica Chastain though has some serious chops. She Molly's Game is the name of that movie you're thinking of.
Molly's Game. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Aaron Sorkin did the script, and he always has really, really great. Any actor worth their weight will have something to bite into with an Aaron Sorkin script. So,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, if you get a chance, check out Molly's Game. It is really, really good.
Yeah, I will basically whenever you're around and make me, because I just won't get around to it. And then whenever I watch it, I'll go, oh yeah, that was as good as I thought it was going to be. Why didn't I watch this sooner? And I will continue never watching it again. So my prediction with it too is that it's going to be a little worse because I don't know that they'll completely recapture the magic, but I still think it'll be kind of around the 80% range. And I think for users, I think it'll probably be, I would guess 80 with critics, 90 with users, which is still, very good.
Yep.
And my prediction, I guess it's going to get about 200 million in America and probably about 650 worldwide.
Yeah. That sounds about right to me. I heard something, I can't find it now, but said that this film has the most amount of on-screen blood in movie history. So we're talking probably like someone in like a pool of blood, or I don't know, something like something like The Shining, where there's a river of blood going by.
How much blood was in the first one?
Not a ton. Well, okay.
When I saw the trailer, it made it look like it was mostly a suspense movie with bits of horror, not like a full-on horror gore fest.
There is some gory stuff, and there's a scene that is mostly shock value. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. One where there is a large amount of blood in a one room, and it's not overwhelming because there's blood on every wall.
Oh,
I can't remember exactly why, but there's gallons of blood like in that scene, and it's more for like the creepy aesthetic than like someone getting their bit off or something. But yeah,
okay, I did not. That's intense. I did not guess. I would not have guessed that this was going to be the most blood on screen. I mean, now I feel like a bathtub full of blood or a swimming pool full of blood or something isn't necessarily as horrifying as, like, to me that kind of loses a bit of the value.
Yeah.
Like the bloodiest movie the movie that traumatized me the most as far as the blood stuff was Rambo 4. That movie was what traumatized me for is because it was realistic. Like everything.
They show.
I mean, other than the plot, other than basically some of the acting and stuff, the movie itself is just horrifically violent because it's basically
someone gets shot with a 50 caliber round. They actually get torn in half.
Yeah. And so I wonder if this is going to be kind of similar to that, where it's like they're taking a realistic approach or they're going more kind of stylized.
I think it'll be more stylized.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, it was a good trailer. I think it'll be a good movie. Someday I hope to make you watch one of the It movies.
Yeah, I was considering. The trailers have been really good lately, so I considered watching the new Michael Myers movie, and I considered watching the new It because they both just had such excellent trailers. I was like, even though they're horror movies, they might be good enough to overcome that for me.
Did you see that there is a Rambo 5 being made?
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Old Sly Stallone still making Rambos. He's been making Rambos. I mean, what is he in his 70s now?
He's I think in his 60s. Oh, by the way, did you see the video of Arnold Schwarzenegger getting drop kicked?
Yes, I did.
He's like 71 years old, and he just like staggers forward and looks backward, and the guy's on the ground, and he's just like shaking his head. You're like, you can't beat up a 71-year-old Sly Stallone or a 71-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger. Maybe when they're like, you'll have a shot.
Yeah,
but those are on a lot of human growth hormone.
Yeah, lots and lots and lots. Well,
that was our
review.
Yeah, that was our review of It 2, and thank you guys for listening. We hope that you listen again soon. We have podcasts out whenever we feel like it, which meant that the last 2 weeks we didn't because I was in Mexico for my brother's wedding. But now we'll have them up. Yeah.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov indeed. And I'll talk to you about that as soon as we say goodbye, everyone.
See you later.